Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are all well and good. I hope so. So today we are going to see the next concept about rabbit in the lesson structural organization of animals. Last class we have started the lesson no structural organization of animals. From that what we have seen. So kingdom Animalia is divided into two groups. One is invertebrates and vertebrates, isn't it? For invertebrates, we have seen the example of Indian cattle leech, isn't it? What is the scientific name of Indian cattle leech? The scientific name of Indian cattle leech is Hirudinaria granulosa, right? Okay. For that, what we have seen? What are the organ systems we have seen? We have seen the habitat of Indian cattle leech, and we have seen the taxonomic position, and we have seen the digestive system, nervous system, excretory system, isn't it? And parasitic adaptations of leech. So many organ systems we have seen for leech, isn't it? So today we are going to see the another type of, that is chordate of kingdom Animalia, which is the example about rabbit. Okay, it belongs to the chordate group of kingdom Animalia. Okay, for that the scientific name of rabbit is Oryctolagus cuniculus. Oryctolagus cuniculus. Today we are going to see about the organ system of rabbit. Okay, come, let's start the class. Okay. Now we can see the taxonomic position of rabbit. What are the taxonomic position of rabbit? So the rabbit, it belongs to the phylum Chordata. You all know that without rabbit it has the backbone, isn't it? So all backbone animals are called chordates, that is vertebrate animals. Okay. So it belongs to the subphylum Vertebrata and class Mammalia. Order Lagomorpha, genus Oryctolagus, species Cuniculus. So we call for rabbit, the scientific name of rabbit is Oryctolagus cuniculus. These are the taxonomic position for rabbit. Okay. Next we can see the habitat of rabbit. So generally rabbit is a very gentle and timid animal. Okay, it is a very timid animal, and its movement is about leaping. Okay. For Indian cattle leech, it moves about leaping and crawling movement. No, it moves about leaping movement, and it lives in burrows. Okay. Then rabbit, it is a herbivorous animal, and it mostly feed on grass, and it eat like vegetables, that is turnip, carrot, and lettuce. Okay. Next, rabbits are very gregarious animals. That is, they are moving in groups. Gregarious means they moving in groups. So these are the habitat of rabbit. Okay, that is Oryctolagus cuniculus. Okay. Next we see the body cavity of rabbit. Okay. Body cavity, otherwise we call as coelom. Okay. So its rabbit body is divisible into thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. Okay, it is divisible into thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity, which is separated by the diaphragm in the posterior region. Okay. Then rabbit, breathing movements are brought about by diaphragm. So where the breathing movements occur in the rabbit? The breathing movement takes place in the diaphragm only. Okay. Next, lungs and heart, it belongs to the thoracic cavity. Lungs and heart, it belongs to the thoracic cavity, whereas digestive system and urinogenital system, it belongs to that means it takes part in the abdominal cavity. Okay, these are the body cavity of what? Rabbit. Okay, just once again we will recall rabbit. The scientific name of rabbit is Oryctolagus cuniculus. Next, move on to taxonomic position. Rabbit, it belongs to the phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, class Mammalia, order Lagomorpha, genus Oryctolagus, and species Cuniculus. Okay, so these are the taxonomic position for rabbit. Next, move on to habitat. Rabbit is a very gentle and timid animal. Then it brought back in leaping movement and they live in burrows. Rabbit mostly they live in burrows. Okay, and the rabbit are mostly herbivorous animal. And then it feeds the grass, turnip, carrot and lettuce. Okay, and rabbits are gregarious animals. Gregarious animals means they are moving in groups only. Okay, so next we see the body cavity. Then the rabbit body is divisible into two types, that is thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity in the posterior part, which is separated by the diaphragm. In diaphragm only breathing movement will takes place. Okay, so lungs and heart it is occur in the thoracic cavity of the region, whereas digestive system and urinogenital system it belongs to the abdominal cavity. That's all about the body cavity of rabbit. Okay.
Students, next we will see the external morphology of rabbit. In this picture you can see two figures are there. One is rabbit, another one is hare. Both are same only, but hares they are having long ears and long legs and a small tail, and it can run fast. Okay, wow. This is the slight differences between rabbit and a hare. Understand? Otherwise both are same category only. Okay, first we will see the shape, size and color of the rabbit. So rabbit is a elongated and cylindrical body. Males and females both are in same size only. They grow 45 centimeter in length and it weighs 2.25 kilogram in as an adult. Okay, then color varies from white to black or white. So the whole body is covered with a fur which serves to keep it warm from them. Okay. Next, then body of the rabbit is divisible into head, neck, trunk and tail. So these are the four main parts. First we will see about the head. Head it is a ovoid in shape, flattened structure and it bears a truncate snout. In the picture you can notice one by one. Then it contains mouth, external nares are present. See in the head region, eyes, ears and vibrissae. The mouth is a transverse slit bounded by upper lip and lower lip. So mouth it contains upper lip and lower lip. Just above the mouth are two oblique openings called nostrils. Okay. From each side of the upper lip, tactile hairs are present. That is called vibrissae or we can call it as whiskers. Okay. Then a pair of large movable external ears are situated at the top of the head. We can call it as pinnae. External ears or we can call it as pinnae. Next, coming to the neck region, neck it connects the head with the trunk. What is the uses of neck? It helps to turn the head for the rabbit. Okay. Then moving on to trunk, it is divisible into anterior thorax and a posterior abdomen region. Okay. Next, the trunk bears two pairs of pentadactyl limbs. That is forelimb and hind limb. There are the two pairs of pentadactyl limbs. All the digits it bear claws. In toes, in the fingers you can see the claws are present in them. Okay. Then the anus is present at the posterior part of the abdomen. For the base of the tail you can notice. For female, ventral side a vulva is present. For male, penis is present in the ventral side. And then the male it has a pair of testes which is enclosed by scrotal sacs. Then coming to tail, it is very short and it is give signals for other rabbits for the event in danger. If it is anyone in danger means it will give signal to others by using their tail. Okay. Next, skin. That is integument. The skin forms the outer covering of the body which bears the structures, hairs, claws, nails and glands like sweat glands, sebaceous glands and mammary glands. Mammary glands are what? They secrete milk and help in nourishing the young ones. What is called sebaceous gland? It is nothing but it is a oil producing gland present in the skin of mammals. Okay. So the sweat gland and sebaceous gland, it embedded in the skin to regulate the body temperature. So that's all about the external morphology of rabbit. Okay. Students, next we will see the digestive system of rabbit. Digestive system, it includes alimentary canal and the digestive glands. First we will see about the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal, it consists of mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, cecum, large intestine and anus. All these parts are present in the alimentary canal. In the picture you can notice one by one. Okay. So, mouth, it is a transverse lip bounded by upper and lower lips, which I have told already. So, it leads into the buccal cavity. Then the floor of the buccal cavity, it is occupied by a muscular tongue. The jaw, it bears teeth, isn't it? Then the buccal cavity, it leads into esophagus through the pharynx. After that, the esophagus, it opens into the stomach. Then it is followed by small intestine. After that, cecum is a thin-walled sac present at the junction of small intestine and large intestine. So, it contains bacteria that helps in the digestion of cellulose. The small intestine opens into the large intestine, which has coelom and rectum. Okay. Then rectum, it finally opens outside by the anus. Okay. These are the alimentary canal present in the digestive system of rabbit. Then we will see about the digestive glands. What are the glands present in the digestive system of rabbit? Namely called salivary glands, gastric glands, liver, pancreas and intestinal glands. Okay. These are the glands present in the digestive system. So, the secretions of digestive glands help in digestion of food of the alimentary canal. So, what the food we have taken in the alimentary canal? So, by helping of these secretions only, the digestion will be occur. Okay. So, next we will see the dentition of rabbit, that is arrangement of teeth in jaws of the rabbit. Here the rabbit of teeth is very hard bone-like structure used to cut, tear and for grind the food materials. So rabbit, it has two sets of teeth. For this, the existence of two sets of teeth for the life of an animal is called diphyodont dentition. So our teeth also what? It becomes to diphyodont dentition. There are two types of teeth. No, one is milk teeth. For the young ones, they are having milk teeth. After that, all the milk teeth are fall down. After it becomes as a permanent teeth. That is for adult. So, rabbit also have the two types of teeth. In rabbit, the teeth are of different types. Hence, the dentition is called heterodont. There are four kinds of teeth in mammals, that is incisor, canine, premolar and molar. There is already you know, I think. So here the canines are absent for the rabbit. Only incisors, premolars, molars are present in the rabbit. Okay. Then what is called dental formula? Dental formula is nothing but it is a simple method for representing the teeth of a mammal. So, the number of each kind of tooth in the upper and lower end or one side is counted. So, that is called dental formula. Okay. For rabbit, the dental formula, incisor it has, in the upper it has 2. In the picture you can notice, in the lower jaw it has 1. For canine is absent in them. Then premolar, you can notice in the upper jaw it has three teeth. In the lower jaw it has two. After that, continuing molar in upper jaw 3 in number. In lower jaw also 3 in number. Like that we have to count. This is the one side of the teeth. Okay, another part we have to count again. Okay, so this is called dental formula. Then the gap between the incisor and the premolar, that is called diastema. What is the helpful of diastema? It helps in mastication and chewing of food for herbivorous animals. Students, next we will see the respiratory system of rabbit. How does respiration takes place? Respiration, it takes place by a pair of lungs which is very light spongy tissues enclosed in the thoracic cavity. What is called thoracic cavity? It is bound dorsally by the vertebral column and ventrally in the sternum. After that, laterally by the ribs. So, on the lower side of the thoracic cavity, diaphragm is present. Then each lung it enclosed by a double membranous pleura. From that, what happened? The atmospheric air it passes through the nostril and nasal passages into the pharynx. From the pharynx, it passes through the glottis into the windpipe. Okay, the atmospheric air it passes through the nostril and nasal passages into the pharynx. From the pharynx, it passes through the glottis into the windpipe. After that, what happened? The anterior part of the windpipe is enlarged to form the larynx or voice box, which is present in the picture. See. So, it's supported by 4 cartilaginous plates. Inside the larynx, vocal cord is present for the production of sound. Then the larynx it leads to the trachea or windpipe. Okay. After that, these tracheal walls are supported by the rings of cartilage which helps for free passage of air. Then after that, the trachea is divided into 2 branches which is called bronchi. One entering into each lung and divided into further branches which is called bronchioles that ends in alveoli. So these are the structure lungs of rabbit. Okay. Then how respiration takes place means the respiratory events it consists of 2. One is inspiration, another one is expiration. Inspiration means the process which we breathe in. Expiration means the process which we breathe out. That is for allowing exchange of gases. What gases? Oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, oxygen we are breathing in, carbon dioxide we are releasing out. Then inspiration is an active process while expiration is a passive process. So these are the respiratory events occur in the respiratory system. Okay. Next, we will see the circulatory system of rabbit. Circulatory system, it is formed of blood vessels and heart. This you know all, isn't it? The heart is pear-shaped structure, lies in the thoracic cavity between the lungs. So it is enclosed by pericardium, which is a double-layered membrane. And the heart is 4-chambered with 2 auricles and 2 ventricles, isn't it? The right and left auricles are separated by intra-auricular septum. Similarly, right and left ventricles are separated by interventricular septum. If I am explaining means you can notice the picture and you can observe one by one. Understand? So the heart is four chambered, that is two auricles and two ventricles. The right and left auricles are separated by interauricular septum and right and left ventricles are separated by interventricular septum. Understand? Next, the right auricle opens into the right ventricle by right auriculoventricular aperture, which is guarded by tricuspid valve. Okay. After that, the left auricle which opens into the left ventricle by left auriculoventricular aperture, which is guarded by bicuspid or mitral valve. Okay. Then the opening of the pulmonary artery and aorta are guarded by three semilunar valves. In the picture you can notice the pulmonary artery and aorta are guarded by three semilunar valves. Understand? After that, the right auricle, it receives the deoxygenated blood through two superior vena cava and one inferior vena cava. In the picture you can see the right auricle, it receives deoxygenated blood through two superior vena cava and one inferior vena cava. Then from all parts of the body. Then after that, the left auricle, it receives oxygenated blood. The right auricle, it receives deoxygenated blood. Left auricle, it receives oxygenated blood from the pulmonary veins from the lungs. Understand? From the right ventricle, it arises a pulmonary trunk which carries the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. And from the left ventricle, it arises the systematic arch, that is aorta, which supplies the oxygenated blood to all parts of the body. Once again I repeat, the right ventricle, in the picture you can notice the right ventricle arises from the pulmonary trunk which carries the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. From the left ventricle, it arises aorta which supplies oxygenated blood to all parts of the body. Okay, that's all about the circulatory system of rabbit. Students, we will see the nervous system of rabbit. Nervous system, it is formed of central nervous system, peripheral nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Central nervous system, it formed of brain and spinal cord. Next, peripheral nervous system, it is formed of 12 pairs of cranial nerves and 37 pairs of spinal nerves. Next, last, ANS, autonomic nervous system, it comprises sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves. These we can study detailedly in the nervous system chapter. Okay, just for information you know. Then we will see the structure of brain. Brain, it is situated in the cranial cavity covered by three membranes, namely outer part is durameter, inner part is pyometer and middle part is arachnoid membrane. And the brain is, it is divided into three chambers. One is forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain otherwise called as prosencephalon. Midbrain otherwise called as mesencephalon. Hindbrain otherwise called as rhombencephalon. Understand? Here the forebrain, it consists of olfactory lobe, cerebral hemispheres and diencephalon. In the picture you can notice. See, there are two pairs of olfactory lobes and right and left cerebral hemisphere is present. See. So this right and left cerebral hemispheres are connected by a nerve tissue namely called corpus callosum. After that, midbrain, it has the optic lobes. Then hindbrain, it consists of cerebellum, pons varolii and medulla oblongata. So these are the dorsal view structure of rabbit, that is brain of rabbit. Next we will see the reproductive system of rabbit. So sexual dimorphism is exhibited in rabbits. So male and female sexes are separate and it is morphologically different. But in leech, both male and reproductive organs are present in the same animal itself, isn't it? First we will see the male reproductive system. This is the picture of male reproductive system. You can notice one by one part. The male reproductive system, it consists of a pair of testes which are ovoid in shape. In the picture you can notice one by one when I am saying, okay. Then these testes are enclosed by scrotal sac in the abdominal cavity. After that, each testis, it consists of fine tubules, that is called seminiferous tubules. This tubules, it leads into a coiled tube called epididymis. See in the picture, epididymis is present. After that, it leads to the sperm duct called vas deferens. Then the vas deferens, it join in the urethra just below the urinary bladder. After that, what happened? The urethra, it runs backward and passes into the penis. Okay, these are the structure of male reproductive system. After that, there are three glands are present, namely three accessory glands are present, namely prostate gland, corpus gland and perineal glands for secretions in reproduction. Understand? Then the last part is female reproductive system. Female reproductive system of rabbit, it consists of pair of ovaries which are ovoid in shape, isn't it? It is located behind the kidneys in the abdominal cavity. So this pair of oviduct opens into the body cavity by a opening from each side of the ovary. The picture you can notice, the anterior part of the oviduct is called the fallopian tube. So that tube, it leads to called uterus. Then the uterus is joined together to form called vagina. After that, the common tube is present. It is formed by the urinary bladder and vagina. That is called urinogenital canal, or we called as vestibule. Okay. It runs backwards and opens to the exterior by the aperture called vulva. Okay, these are the structure of female reproductive system. Once again I repeat, a pair of oviducts which is opens into the body cavity by a funnel shaped opening from each side of the ovary. You can see in the picture. Then the anterior part of the oviduct is called the fallopian tube, which leads into the wider tube called uterus. Then the uterus joined together to form called vagina. Then the common tube is formed by the presence of urinary bladder and vagina. So therefore it is called as urinogenital canal or vestibule. It runs backwards and opens to the exterior by a slit-like aperture called vulva. Okay. Here the accessory glands, corpus glands and perineal glands are present for the female reproductive system. Okay va? Next, from the urinogenital system, reproductive system I have taken in the picture wise, pic wise. Excretory system I have explained in the board. Okay, that's all about this chapter.
So, in structural organization of rabbit, next we will see the urinogenital system of rabbit. Okay, what is called urinogenital system? So, in rabbit, urinary or excretory system and genital or reproductive system. So, two types of systems belongs to the urinogenital system. So therefore only we call it as urinogenital system. Okay. From that we have seen the reproductive system of rabbit, isn't it? Now we can see the excretory system of rabbit. So in excretory system, each kidney is made up of nephrons. Each kidney is made up of nephrons. So nephrons, it separates the nitrogenous wastes from blood, which excretes in the form of urea. Nitrogenous wastes from the blood excretes in the form of urea. So then in each kidney it is a dark bean shaped organ. Kidney is a dark bean shaped organ situated in the posterior part of the abdominal cavity. Okay. Then each kidney, it arises the ureters, which opens into the urinary bladder. Okay. Each kidney which arises the ureter opens in the urinary bladder. Okay. Which has a thick walled common duct called urethra. Okay. That's all about the excretory system. So once again we will recall, urinogenital system means nothing but urinary or excretory system, genital or reproductive system. Reproductive system we have seen. Next we will see the excretory system. In excretory system, each kidney is made up of nephrons. Okay, so this nephrons, it separates the nitrogenous wastes from the blood, which excretes in the form of urea. Okay, then what about kidney? Kidney is a dark bean shaped organ present in the abdominal cavity. Okay, next each kidney which arises the ureter opens in the urinary bladder, which has a common thick walled duct called urethra. Okay, so that's all about the excretory system of rabbit. Okay, so we have seen vertebrate example and invertebrate example for rabbit and invertebrate example for Indian cattle range. Okay, that's all about this chapter. Okay, so students, go through all the pages, all the contents very well and complete all the assignments which we have sent in the WhatsApp group. Okay, thank you students.